If I give my life, will you spare my clan?
You have my word.
No. No, Baron. No, Aaron! Pick up your axe! No!
My father's axe.
Father, you should have held on to this until the bitter end. If I give my life, will you spare my clan?
Then no! Pick up your axe!
Kill them all!
No!
It's the wolf. Where am I?
Avon, are you bewitched? Unbind us.
What? Oh, yes, of course. Sigurd! What has happened?
This was not for you, Harvey.
Price of our war is the harvest of 3 dead generations. All their names unknown. It all means nothing.
No. My clan will not be forgotten!
Oi, what's this? A mess of filthy Danes befouling our riverways?
You there? Give us your name.
I am Sigurd Jarl of Thornberg. And you are...
Men who do not take kindly to Dane invaders creeping into our camp. You'd best move along, pagan. Spare yourselves a slaughter.
You threaten Norsemen with a play of swords and expect us to cower?
I have been 8 days at sea without a drop of blood to wet my axe. So spare the chatter, buckanouts, and draw your weapon.
I am glad with every Norse, Dane, and Saxon here.
Right. We are the outsiders here. Making friends will help.
Where do we start?
My scouts come and go daily with interesting news and tidings, and I'm beginning to get my bearings in this fractured land. As I learn more, I can give you insight into each territory before you commit to a journey there.
Of course.
Once you have gained an ally in the territory, return home and speak to me. We'll decide your next move then.
Look at you all! Warriors! Handsome! Beautiful!
And blood-soaked.
Blood-soaked! Grandbridge is ours!
He's just like holding a massive sword. What if she like slipped and fell off the table and just went, ugh.
You will stamp out the last of Wigman's fading fires. But tonight, we feast as gods!
Yeah.
My clan throws the best feasts, I think you'll find. You enjoy yourself?
Yeah.
I did. But were you celebrating or mourning? You looked unsure.
I look so cool in my armor.
The night of the attack, I heard sounds of bloodshed coming from the Longhouse. In moments, the city was overrun with Saxons, so I called a retreat. We all have our one day, but not like that. Not that day.
I've heard this before. That the Saxons appeared as if from the shadows.
In all my time in Grantbridge, this tunnel was my most careful project. The best kept secret in the city.
Now 100 or more Saxons know the smell of it.
The only people who knew about this tunnel were me, and the 3 in my inner circle.
So you got a rat.
You believe you were betrayed?
I know I was.
Welcome back. We are going to be playing some Assassin's Creed Valhalla today. Excuse the fan that is on. It is 150 billion degrees in my bedroom. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy the game, if you will. Really intro. Thank you for joining us today on the Anarchy Gaming channel. Please remember to drop a like, hit subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and if you are interested in any merchandise, or as you young kids call it, merch, please click the link below. It would make me so happy. Now, on with the video. Thank you again.
Abel, I am honored you have joined us.
What's your plan here?
All the Shire support Soma's ruling the city. These hamlets do not. They're feeding and outfitting Wigmund's army. So we will
That's
burn
right,
their
I remember
homes,
what we were doing.
Quick and devastating, like the
It's been a
thunderclaps
while.
of Thor.
How did you come to be in Soma's clan?
A vision from above has set me on this path. Pricked my mind like a splinter and faded. But I wanted more. For months, years, I ate only henbane, mushrooms, sacred plants, hoping to see something new. My body
I think
dwindled.
these are my brother's
I lived
headphones, because these sound
maddened,
terrible.
a wanderer, taken in by Saxons, spat out, again and again, until Soma found me, naked and alone in the fens. She clothed and cared for me, humbled as I was. I owe her my life.
Visions can be strange and powerful. What did you see?
I was climbing a mountain, a lion and a snake upon my back, weighing me down. I struggled, and Soma appeared. She eased my burden. When we reached the peak, there was hardly enough room to stand. On a point like the tip of a blade, we teetered there, gripping one another tightly. I know it can seem distant, obsessed, but the gods are with us always. I see it as my duty to shelter Soma from their ire.
What do you think of the others? Leif and Birna?
Leif. He's a talented sailor, if a little enthusiastic. And Birna, well, Birna thinks of life as a grand joke. She was a smuggler when Soma pulled her from the muck, making a living on lies. Birna is part of my clan, and I will fight beside her, irreverent as she is. But she has no care for her destiny.
I'm eager to start throwing torches.
Now let's rid these hamlets of Wigmund's rats. Light the torches and set your arrow tips ablaze, everyone. Let anyone stand there a quick word of this place.
Now that was something. Wigman is sure to take notice.
You stamped and roared like a fiery Surtur himself, marching through the flames of Muspelheim. I'll see you back home, Drenga.
Why was he standing so weird? Man, when did my watch just come off?
Did you sail through a storm? You never mentioned.
Eivor, a fine day for being out, no?
Soma said I would find you here, Leaf. What's your plan?
We're ridding the world of a priest who spouts praise for the Elderman and funnels tithes into Wigman's coffers. So the plan is this. We sneak in, gut the priest, and return to Soma. That will get Wigman steaming.
How did you come to join Soma's army?
We came to England together, sailing under Guthrum. The great summer army, the Saxons called us. When Guthrum left for Wessex, Soma stepped forward to lead. Something I would have liked to do myself.
What would you do if you were the Jarl of Grandbridge?
I would run the city my own way. I would not give Birna and Galen's opinions equal weight.
Do you not trust them?
I wouldn't say that. It's more. Birna's boots are stuck in the mud, and Galen's are in the sky. If death were bearing down upon us, I worry neither would have what it takes to carry us through.
You were there when Guthrum made Soma the steward of Grandbridge. How did that feel?
Good fortune for her. When Soma took hold, the silver started flowing and the people started dancing. She knows trade. I do wish I'd been bold enough to put myself forward, to take on the burden and honor of running a city. But that's beside the point. Soma is my Jarl's corner, and I'm his sworn man. No act of any god will change that.
As a master shipbuilder, what does your work require?
Patience and love. I know each of our vessels as a parent knows their child. But building ships needs silver too. The hard wood, the tough fabrics, the expensive paints, the yellow I use, for instance, that must be imported. A high price for a happy color. I'm certain that's why someone stole my paint some weeks ago. Blasted thief.
Good conversation, Leaf. Now let's take down Wigman's man.
Too right, too right. Wigman's whelp awaits his reward. My warriors will distract the Saxon forces at the gate. You and I will find the priest. You know, I would much prefer a more straightforward approach. But for you, I'll try something new.
How kind. Now keep your voice down.
solid work.
Are you in the midst of a conversion, Leaf? Shall I steal the small cross for you as well?
No, never. Can't accept.
Lord Wigman, don't.
This priest's lies will not poison the Shire anymore. We should leave.
Well struck. We made short work of Whitman's
Oh.
man.
I forgot to
That we
unmute.
did.
That's my bad.
You've proven yourself an asset to us. I'll see you back in Grand Bridge.
That was not poggers.
You think you can guzzle the grog?
The nails grow, even when the corpse is cold. I've seen it myself.
That's not true.
Eivor, my muscle
Hello.
banded friend. There's a nest of Wigman's men just here. We're going to pick it clean.
Every last one.
The fewer lice in the bush, the less itchy the pussycat. That's how I see it.
How did you come to join Zoma's army?
I'd been in England for ages before Guthrum, Ivar, Uppa, smuggling under the eyes of Saxons and Danes alike. I lied, stole, had my nose broken. Life wasn't easy, but it taught me how to bear the pain. I just laughed it away. When Soma took me in, she saw more than a smuggler in me. I was useful to something greater than myself. Useful to her vision.
In a world where few saw you as worthy of trust, she's one who did.
Right. And I love that about her. I love everything about her.
You seem to bring life and spirit to this clan. Does Soma feel the same?
If I knew what was going on in another person's head, I'd find life dreadful and dull. But Soma seems to enjoy my company.
In what way?
Her own way. Just not in the way I'd like. Painful truths are easy to bear when you can laugh, you see. Delight in the face of suffering is an act of rebellion.
What do you think of Soma's other warriors? Galen and Leaf?
Oh, Leaf's got that raw animal pull. Every time I see him, I want him to climb me like a tree and nest in my armpits. He brays about being honorable, but I've never met a man of honor who starts a fire just to be praised for putting it out. And Galen, he broods like it's an art form. He's got this self-importance that is just so charming.
We could talk all day, but these Saxons may fly from their nest.
You and I should take a closer look. My men will hang back and come running if things go sideways.
Nice way up.
Thanks. That's all of them.
Ah, the solitude of afterslump.
You fought very well.
I keep forgetting the.
Is that how you flirt, Eivor?
Is that how I what?
Easy now, Drengir. I'll see you back in Grand Bridge.
Why do they all walk so?
You'll get nothing out of me. Nothing.
Eivor, the plan worked. One of Wigman's captains caught him sniffing around Euroli Ponte. Remember, you don't need to kill him. Have fun. I'll be planning our next move in the Longhouse.
Little boy, where is your daddy hiding?
Godless heathens. Grand Bridge is a province of Lord Wigman of Walden. The city is rightfully his.
Poor soldier. Doesn't know what heathens do to men of God like him. Hasn't heard the stories, it seems.
We can educate him. Look at those ham hands. Make a nice pair of gloves.
And his heart, a heart that beats in a lad like this? Feed a family of 6 for a week.
Let's cut his throat now and water the orchards with his blood.
No, sweet lord, no, no, no. He's on the Isle of Ely, Ealdorman Wigmund, in the monastery, I swear.
Thought that would take till the next morn. Let's tie him up and let him rot away.
Oh, fucking Dane half-wits. The Lord will smite you from this land, all of you. May God have mercy on... Ah!
That home-thieving snake might have cast a curse on us. I couldn't risk it.
Christians don't curse.
Wigman's on the Isle of Ely. I'll tell Soma what we've learned.
Okay.
Wigman's little man have to tell us?
Wigman is at the monastery on the Isle of Ely.
Hiding among the church mice. I'll need to plan our attack. But I won't face him while the traitor he commands is still under my roof. So what have you learned?
Leif wishes he had stepped up to lead, and to be where you are now.
Leif has a celebrated place in my clan. As a shipbuilder, he is without peer, and he knows I know this.
Leif disagrees with how you run Grantbridge.
This city thrives under me, as a bustling port for his longships, for instance.
Garland puts his visions above everything, to the point of fanaticism.
Visions are like clouds. Each person sees a different meaning in the shape, and Garland sees an important meaning.
Garland told me he was near death when you found him and saved his life.
Yes, people thought him cursed. He was adrift in deep water. But don't we all deserve a guide back to the shallows?
Leif told me his yellow paint had been stolen.
Yellow is a troublesome color to make. He was upset when his stores were stolen.
Garland puts his visions above everything, to the point of fanaticism.
Visions are like clouds. Each person sees a different meaning in the shape, and Garland sees an important meaning.
Birna used to be a smuggler, hardly an honorable life.
There is honor among even the lowliest of men. Danes know that better than most.
Birna is in love with you. Unanswered love is a volcanic emotion.
Birna has always been unpredictable. But she's a warrior grown. She does not let her emotions guide her actions.
I found a message meant for Saxon forces. It said not to attack any longship painted yellow.
There's no yellow on our longships beyond some small details. If there's a yellow longship in the fence, I want to know.
Your secret tunnel had many footprints nearby, and its mouth was painted with a yellow mark. Whoever betrayed you, they did so by marking the tunnel entrance, then opening the way to let the Saxons in. That's all the evidence I think we need.
You've been thorough. Who is the traitor?
Garland betrayed you.
Are you certain? This will be the hardest thing I have ever done. Stay close by me, Eivor. I will need you.
Wait, whose yellow paints were they? Were they Garland's?
How do you plan to deal with this?
As a leader must.
Oh no. I'm sorry, Garland, if it wasn't you.
My family, my inner circle. Today we make sure what has happened to us will never happen again. We end Wigman's life. But not all together. For you cannot survive the winter with a rat in your larder.
Let's hope I clicked the right guy.
Galen, you have betrayed me, Galen.
I haven't! Soma, you're the key to my life.
I picked the
You must
wrong
lead me to my
one.
destiny. Carry me to the summit of victory.
Do not warp what is real with the stories you tell yourself. I have seen no signs of your destiny. What I have seen is my people slaughtered, my city befouled,
Can I?
your delusions fueling the destruction. How dare you think your destiny, your greatness outweighed
I
all
picked
of
the wrong one.
ours?
Well,
He believed too much in fate, and not enough in us. Take him away.
I picked the wrong one. Am I able to go back?
I feel as if I have torn off my own arm.
Wigmund deserves death, but killing him won't make your family whole again.
You think I don't know? This is for those who follow. To join me is to take an oath. To break it is to suffer.
We make camp on the outskirts of the Isle of Ely. Join us there.
Is there a way to go back?
She carries the weight of leadership on one shoulder and the bonds of her people on the other. Now that she's lost one, she walks lopsided. It will take years of toil to rebuild those bonds with her people. Yet she is unburdened now. Lighter. She is a leader, not a friend, Eivor. Her mistake was thinking she could be both.
I meant to pick the one with meant to pick the one that does the ships. That was my fault. So yeah, let's hurry and check out the old inventory real quick. Let's go. Alright, let's actually go. Come on, boy! Let's get here! Out the gates of hell! Friends! Your hero awaits.
Lost in hell by now.
They will have the lost souls of the dead to answer to.
Soma.
Eivor, you're still with me through all this. Do not think I'll forget.
We all need someone in dark times. Now let's collect Wigmund's head.
Good. At the first sign of trouble, my crew will jump in.
Poggers. Let's go.
He's hiding. The summit over there, I can smell him.
I hope he likes the view. It's the last he'll ever see.
Lightning tingles my blood, Eivor. I hear the voices of my slaughtered people on the air, calling witness me.
He doesn't leave this monastery alive. Rich pickings. Over in the crew.
Give up, you shit! Die! God loves me! Let's go, Viking! On the side! Hurry! Why all the sights die?
Cowering within the monastery.
Big Pog!
Hey, come here a moment.
On a plate, and you dirty churls!
You'll die in hours.
You can't kill me, not truly, for what I am, unkillable.
Stop flapping your mouth and die.
Poggers. Big Pog. We stabbed his guts out. Big Poggers. Oh.
Stop the heathen! Raider, Vikinger, stop him! He needs to erase me, to banish me from your minds. Fight in my name. Die for me. Die for me.
That is no way to offer sacrifices. Their lives for yours. Is that how it works?
Their lives meant nothing. No land, no riches, no titles. But my name will live on.
The reputation of a good man never dies. But your name will soon be a curse.
So be it. The riches I had in life gave me power. To curse me from beyond the grave gives me still more. Though I die, my order lives on elsewhere, everywhere. Yield to us. Give us what we are owed. The trade, the riches, the legacy, all of it. Yield, yield, yield!
If your hell is real, I'm glad you'll get to see it.
We should return to camp.
That was so freaking funny.
But you have a new friend and ally in me and my clan, so the end of the storm is well in sight.
take him with me.
You're right. No.
Bye.
It's difficult to see that.
Bringing him with me.
Eivor, you've been a guiding light. Calling out Galen like that, exposing his treachery, made me sick with a quiet terror.
A betrayal like that is already a kind of death. Galen killed himself.
Of course. And now I feel somewhat lifted. The weight is almost gone, even if my heart needs mending. Ah, while I have you, Eivor, I'm reminded. I have this for you. Keep it, knowing you have my highest respect, regard, and trust. My army is yours, should you need it.
Soma Jarlskona, my deepest thanks.
And there's something else. As we prepared our assault, Birna had a word with me. We came to a sort of understanding. It may be best if she tells you herself. Until next time, Eivor of the Raven Clan. I hope we will see you in Grandbridge soon.
Eivor!
Birna, you struck quite a victory today.
Don't undercut your own ferocity, Drengir. It was your blade leading the charge. You are indeed something to behold.
We all fought hard. And now Grantbridge is yours. You have your home once again.
Ah, soon merchants and priests and reeves will run loose in its streets. All of its muddy charms will dwindle. Besides, with no room for me in Soma's heart, my home burned away in a quiet little house fire. Her priority is Grantbridge and the people in it. That is noble, and beyond what I will ever understand. So I've decided I'm of better use elsewhere. With you, in your crew.
You want to live with the Raven Clan?
And sail and raid with you, if you'll have me. Look at this. Who wouldn't?
I'll be happy to have you, Drenga.
A relief to these ears. I've already packed my bags.
Where is my next quest? There, young lad. Did I not just hit track on that? Hello? Map. Where's my boys? Where's my boys of Raven Boy? Ah.
Calls me back to Rantry. Let's tell her the good news.
Need a boat. Let's get home, shall we? I don't know if there's a particular way that I need to take, but... No, it's screw it. We're just gonna fast travel. Where's Raven's Roost? I am home!
This will make a fine space for my work, Eivor. Thank you.
Well, if your work benefits us, I will see that you keep it, for as long as you live among us.
I believe it will, for we have common cause against our enemy. They have dug their claws deep into England. Eradicate them where they are strongest, and the alliances you seek will be far easier to come by. In London, they now operate without restraint. If you were to eradicate them, the city would be in your debt.
I will talk with Ranri about your idea. Get her thoughts.
Good. Yet, before you do, there is something else. A gift I wish to share.
A gift?
I cannot show you here. Will you walk with me?
I will. Lead on.
Let's go, boy.
I hear heaviness to your breathing, Hytham. Does your wound still trouble you?
It does, I'm afraid. There is a pain in my chest for which I have no remedy.
Rest easy, then. So long as your mind stays sharp, you will recover.
Of course. Though I am reluctant to displease my mentor.
You would risk your health and your life to please Basim. That I do not understand.
I should not expect you to. When we first arrived, I noted a shadow of suspicion in your eyes. A doubt. A wariness.
Is that a question?
No. Only an observation.
Are you well enough to steer this boat?
I am. Have no worry. It is only prolonged stresses that exhaust me. My energy runs low rather quickly.
And what is this gift you wish to give me?
It will not come from me. It is a gift you must give yourself.
More riddles. What fun you are.
Let me say it another way. My gift is not for giving or taking. It is a way of living.
Still no clearer.
It is a thing better demonstrated than described.
And I will wait.
Forgive my jest. This gift we call a leap of faith. It is one of our Brotherhood's most sacred rites. It is not a tool we use against our enemies, but an act we More practically, it aids our movements, in flight or in stealth.
You call it a leap. We are climbing a rather steep hill.
There it is again. The shadow of a doubt. Nearly there. Our destination is there.
I suspect you mean to throw me from this cliff, is that it? Please tell me if I'm near the mark.
And spoil the surprise? To perform the leap of faith, you must give yourself over to something greater.
The gods?
Yourself. Embrace the hope that death will not come before you are prepared to meet it. Believe this, and you will fear nothing.
Our deaths are prefigured, weaved into the fabric of the world. To fear this would be a waste of worry and tears.
Good. Then your mind is already attuned to my lesson. I will leap first. On my word, you must follow. Lean into your faith, into your strength, and take flight.
You want me to jump from here?
Yes.
I would sooner grow wings and fly away. Thank you for the lesson, but...
Wait! And watch!
Hytham! Hytham! Pig-headed fool! Yeah!
A perfect fall! And how did it feel?
You spoke true. It was madness and vigor. A purging of fear. A gift I give myself. I see that now. Thank you for showing me the way.
Of course. And thank you, Eivor, for hearing me out.
You called this leap of faith a sacred rite. Do all Hidden Ones practice this same ritual?
As far as I know, it is a rite of initiation that dates back to just before the birth of the Christian Jesus.
Are you hoping to initiate me?
I might try if I believed you would join, but that is not my purpose in England. Basim and I are hunting larger prey.
The Order of Ancients.
Yes. You remember the medallion you took from Kjotve's body? That is their symbol. A plague curse on this world. Like us, they act in secret. But their aim is to rule the world, not free it from unnatural fetters.
The desire to rule is not unique to this order. Sigurd and I want the same. A land to call our own, and the honor that comes with it.
Do not compare yourself to such people. The Order has no honor, no principles, no humanity. Yet they sit on a great many of England's thrones. If you seek to pacify England for the safety of your clan,
then it may be in my interest to give you aid. I understand.
You desire alliances. We seek to rid England of its deepening rot. Where these hopes meet, our cause does too. You may think this land ruled by harmless jarls and bumbling thanes. Yet look more closely, and you will find a deeper threat. The Order's invisible hand touches all. It shapes everything, instilling its poison into every level of society. From the lowliest fishmonger to the richest merchants, from wealthy thanes to useless kings, the Order has corrupted all. Bassam has given me one task here. To locate and eliminate the Order of Ancients in England, in whatever dark corners they reside. If we work together towards this end, it will benefit us both. You will have greater influence over the kingdoms of England.
And you will have more medallions to count.
Exactly. You should begin in London. I have credible reports that the Order is working now to seize the city.
I will speak with Randvi about this.
And while you are there, be on the lookout for our symbol. Centuries ago, the Hidden Ones had bureaus built around England. There were 6, I believe. If you can find them, search them well for documents bearing the same symbol. It will greatly aid my studies.
I will. Thank you, Hytham, for all of this.
Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, smash like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Okay? Leave a comment down below telling me what you enjoyed about today's video. Or maybe something that I could change. Maybe you didn't enjoy the way I did, or maybe you didn't enjoy the jump from scene to scene, or maybe you didn't enjoy the song that I picked or something. Just let me know. Just say, hey, some constructive criticism, here you go. Or something like that, you know? Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I am Anok from Anok Gaming. Just to be safe, I'm gonna do that one. Do that. Poggers. Alright. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'm Anna from Anna Gaming. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Mountain Time. Once again, that is every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Mountain Time. By clicking the link down below, there are 3 ways that you can support me. One is the merch page, one is the tips and donations page, and the third one is the Freedom's First Step page. And by doing any of those things, it helps supports the channel. The merch is if you want to get something for your purchase that helps me out, but it's something that has to do with me. The tips and donations is if you can't afford merch, or the Freedom's First Step thing. And then the Freedom's First Step button is so that you can go buy any everyday product. I know that you like energy drinks, because I like energy drinks. Maybe you like, I don't know, maybe you are the provider of your household, and you buy laundry detergents, soaps, shampoos. Maybe you buy makeup for you, your partner, who knows. And you can get any of that by clicking the link down below. Here's an example of one of our energy drinks. They're freaking delicious. This is Excess Energy. This is the Tamarindo. Tamarindo? I don't know how to say that flavor. And it was pretty good. Not my favorite, but pretty good. I drank that during this video. This one I drank yesterday is Summit. That one's actually pretty good. Smells good. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'm Anok from Anok Gaming, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye!